Imagine a perfectly whipped cream, smooth layers, seductive shine, flawless appearance. But with the first spoonful, you notice something's off, no flavor, no depth. That's what narcissistic love is like, beautiful from afar, terrifyingly hollow inside. Carl Jung warned us about the dangers of loving not the other, but our own reflection in the other. Today, we'll explore that emotional recipe, one that seduces, deceives, and in the end, leaves us starving. In narcissistic love, the partner isn't seen as a real person, but as a polished mirror. In that mirror, the narcissist seeks validation of their beauty, worth, and power. The cream is made with ingredients that please the ego, not the heart. Jung would call this a projection of the persona, a social mask hiding the true self, like a dessert loaded with coloring but no nutrients. Narcissistic love is full of grand gestures, promises, couple selfies, and public declarations. But behind the scenes, there's no listening, no empathy, no depth. It's a pretty cream for others to admire, but it doesn't nourish the soul. The relationship becomes a performance, not a real connection. In the kitchen of the soul, true love demands that we touch our emotional core, that tender, sometimes wounded place. But narcissism runs from it. The shadow, Jung would say, is denied. Vulnerability? Not a chance. So the cream may rise, but it deflates quickly. It lacks the emotional structure to last. Those who get involved with someone caught in narcissistic love often get burned, because sooner or later, they realize they're not being loved for who they are, only for how well they match the other's ideal. It's like garnishing an empty plate. It looks fancy, but it's just an illusion. The pain comes when the real self shows up and isn't accepted. Jung taught that the path to authentic love requires integrating the shadow and individuation, becoming who you truly are. Beyond appearances, love becomes nourishing only when we set the ego aside and see the other as other, not as an extension of ourselves. The real cream? It's made with empathy, listening, and mutual surrender. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be real. If you've been serving or being served the cream of narcissistic love, or maybe it's time to change the recipe. Don't live on emotional appearances. Healthy relationships nourish. They don't just decorate the shelf. Have you ever felt stuck in a love like that? Beautiful on the outside, empty on the inside. Share in the comments and send this to someone who needs to break free from that cycle. Subscribe for more stories that blend psychology with soul flavors. And don't miss the next recipe.